Core competencies of global leaders collaboration. Introduction. In a rapidly transforming global landscape marked by complexity, volatility, and interdependence, no leader can achieve success in isolation. The 21st century global leader must move beyond traditional top-down hierarchical approaches and instead foster environments of co-creation, shared vision, and mutual accountability. Among the competencies required to lead effectively in such an interconnected context, collaboration stands out as one of the most essential. Collaboration, as a core competency of global leadership, refers not only to the ability to work well with others, but also to the capacity to cultivate trust, navigate cross-cultural dynamics, coordinate efforts across boundaries, and mobilize collective intelligence towards shared goals. In multinational organizations, multi-stakeholder partnerships, and global teams, collaboration determines whether leaders can harness diversity, manage complexity, and inspire unified action. 1. Defining collaboration in global leadership. Collaboration in global leadership goes beyond cooperation or teamwork. While those terms imply working together, collaboration involves shared ownership, joint problem-solving, and deep mutual engagement. It is relational, adaptive, and often boundary-spanning. In the global context, collaboration takes on additional dimensions. It requires cultural sensitivity and the ability to manage value differences. Distributed leadership, where influence is shared rather than centralized. Cross-boundary coordination, involving multiple time zones, functions, sectors, or nations. Trust building across difference, especially when historical, ideological, or linguistic barriers exist. Thus, collaborative global leadership is the art of aligning people from diverse backgrounds and perspectives to work together toward a shared vision. Despite differences in location, language, norms, and expectations. 2. The strategic importance of collaboration. 2.1. Managing complexity and uncertainty. Today's global challenges, ranging from climate change and public health crises to global supply chain disruptions and geopolitical instability, require coordinated responses. No single actor, company, or nation can address such problems alone. Collaborative leadership enables cross-sector partnerships, public-private cooperation, and the collective mobilization of resources and expertise. For instance, during the COVID-19 pandemic, vaccine development and distribution depended on collaborations between governments, pharmaceutical companies, research institutions, NGOs, and global organizations like the WHO. Effective leadership of such complex networks required a collaborative mindset, trust, humility, and shared accountability. 2.2. Leveraging diversity for innovation. Diversity is a hallmark of global teams. Leaders who foster collaboration across diverse groups unlock richer perspectives, greater creativity, and more robust problem-solving. Research consistently shows that inclusive collaboration drives innovation. However, diversity only enhances performance. When accompanied by inclusive practices, a collaborative leader actively mediates cultural differences, creates psychological safety, and ensures all voices are heard and valued. In doing so, they turn diversity into a strength rather than a liability. 2.3. Enabling agile and distributed workforces. The rise of remote work, virtual teams, and decentralized organizations demands new models of collaboration. Leaders must now facilitate digital collaboration across boundaries of geography and time. This requires fluency with collaboration technologies e.g., Slack, Zoom, Microsoft Teams, as well as an ability to foster trust and cohesion without physical proximity. Collaboration enables distributed teams to remain aligned, responsive, and connected. In the absence of rigid structures, shared goals and transparent communication become the glue that holds global operations together. 3. competencies and skills of collaborative global leaders. Effective collaboration in a global context depends on a combination of cognitive, emotional, and behavioral competencies. The following are core elements of the collaborative leadership skill set. 3.1 Interpersonal communication. Clear, respectful, and adaptive communication is foundational to collaboration. Global leaders must listen actively, express themselves across language and cultural barriers, and remain mindful of tone, context, and feedback styles. 3.2 Trust and relationship building. Trust is the bedrock of collaboration. It is built over time through credibility, reliability, openness, and respect. Leaders foster trust by delivering on commitments, being transparent in decision-making, and showing empathy toward others' needs and concerns. 3.3 Conflict resolution and mediation. Collaborative environments inevitably produce tensions and disagreements. Effective global leaders embrace conflict as a potential source of growth and clarity. They use mediation skills to resolve disagreements constructively, ensuring that outcomes are respectful and consensus-driven. 3.4 Shared vision and goal alignment. Leaders must help diverse teams converge on a common purpose. This requires the ability to articulate a compelling shared vision, link it to local priorities, and clarify roles and contributions. Alignment does not mean uniformity. It means ensuring that stakeholders understand their interdependence and feel ownership over collective outcomes. 3.5 Emotional intelligence, EQ. Collaborative leadership demands self-awareness, empathy, and emotional regulation. Leaders must recognize how their emotions affect others, respond with compassion, and adapt behavior to maintain cohesion. EQ also supports resilience in collaborative processes. When frustration, ambiguity, or disagreement arise, emotionally intelligent leaders remain calm and constructive. 4. Challenges to effective collaboration. While collaboration is widely valued, it is often difficult to practice, especially in global contexts. Common obstacles include 4.1 Cultural misunderstandings, differing communication styles, attitudes toward hierarchy, time, orientation, and norms of disagreement can all lead to cultural friction. Without cultural intelligence, leaders may misinterpret behaviors or unintentionally exclude contributors. 4.2 Power imbalances and hierarchies. Collaboration presumes equality of voice, but real-world settings often involve unequal power. Dynamics between regions, genders, roles, or organizations. Leaders must consciously mitigate these dynamics and create space for marginalized voices. 4.3 Silos and functional fragmentation. Organizations often operate in silos, functional, geographic, or departmental, that hinder collaboration. Collaborative leaders work to break down walls, foster cross-functional teams, and build bridges across boundaries. 4.4 Time and resource constraints. Collaboration takes time and effort. In fast-paced environments, the pressure to act quickly can discourage consultation and dialogue. Leaders must balance urgency with inclusion, ensuring efficiency does not come at the expense of engagement. 5. Strategies for developing collaborative leadership. Developing collaborative leadership competencies requires intentional practice, feedback, and cultural exposure. Effective strategies include 5.1 Cross-functional and cross-cultural projects. Engaging leaders in diverse project teams challenges them to collaborate across knowledge, domains, and cultural frameworks. These experiences improve agility, listening, and team building. 5.2 Coaching and peer learning. Leadership coaching and facilitated peer dialogue help leaders reflect on their collaboration styles, receive feedback, and develop stronger interpersonal skills. 5.3 Simulation and role play. Workshops using simulations such as global negotiation or crisis scenarios enable leaders to practice collaboration in safe but challenging environments. 5.4 Conflict and diversity training. Workshops that focus on navigating difference, managing bias, and resolving disagreement help leaders build inclusive and resilient collaborative cultures. 5.5 Technology-enabled collaboration tools. Training in the effective use of digital platforms enhances leaders' ability to lead virtual collaboration. Tools like Miro, Asana, and Trello can support transparency and coordination in global teams. 6. Case examples of collaborative leadership. Satya Nadella, Microsoft. As CEO of Microsoft, Satya Nadella transformed the company's competitive internal culture into one of collaboration, empathy, and learning. His leadership emphasized trust-building, cross-team cooperation, and openness, key ingredients for innovation in a global tech enterprise. 6.2 Jacinda Ardern, New Zealand. Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern's leadership during the COVID-19 crisis demonstrated collaborative governance. Her style was inclusive, transparent, and consensus-seeking, drawing together experts, communities, and political actors to create a unified national response. 6.3 UN Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. The SDGs represent a global collaborative initiative involving governments, businesses, NGOs, and citizens worldwide. Leadership of such a complex partnership requires the ability to coordinate across vast cultural and political divides, demonstrating collaborative leadership at scale. Conclusion. In an interconnected world, collaboration is not a luxury, it is a core competency of global leadership. It enables leaders to manage complexity, mobilize diversity, and respond collectively to shared challenges. At its heart, collaboration requires humility, empathy, and a willingness to share power and learn from others.